Alright, and we should be live for another match in the Toxic tournament, this time against Empy, who is, well, yet another very strong BG player, currently sitting in C4. Now, personally, I haven't seen the light of C4 in many seasons, so if that's gonna give you any indication on how today's match is gonna go, well, this will be a quick one at the very least. Now, the rules are simple. It's a best of 7 GC nodes, and the blacklists and whitelists are there on the pinned message. I chose Spiderham as my whitelisted champion, as I have in the previous rounds, and my opponent chose Domino, who they have as a 7-star rank 3. That combined with the fact that Domino counters on this meta, they are not very common, so that's gonna be a fun one to deal with, on top of all the Bullseye and Serpent and all of that. I know he has a rank 3 7-star or not Serpent, Bullseye. I'm not sure about Serpent, but it's safe to assume so. I believe that's just about all I had to say. I do have the first invite, so all that is to be done now is just wait for my opponent to give the go-ahead. I believe they will be streaming their side as well on their YouTube channel. I once again forgot to grab a link for that. I need to get better at remembering this kind of stuff, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it with a quick search. And if possible, the mods, Michael here for example, could kindly try to look it up and then post a link, I guess. Best of 70 would have been better, just to force you to stream longer. A best of 70, we would be here for a week. Well, almost. Can you increase your volume? Hold on. The settings should not have been changed at all, and if they have, well, that's on OBS and not on me. I love OBS updates when they mess everything up, but hold on, I'll see what I can do. Alright, how about now? I believe I edited the right one, took myself up to 120%. Plus I took my mic a little bit closer to my face, so that might help. What do you ask me to look up MP's YouTube channel, my opponent here. If possible, if not, that's fine. Sounds good, alright, good to know. Now that the mic is closer to my face, I'll try not to scream too loud, because it will peak. It's a headset mic, not a proper mic that YouTubers use. So I gotta be a little bit careful with my sounds, I guess. Alright, so not a 7-star Serpent, that's nice. Juggernaut does have to go, and he has a Spider Ham as well, so my whitelist might come back to bite me in the butt later. But nothing I can do about that now. Archangel I don't like facing. And I'm running out of time, so I guess null it is. I was gonna ban Dust, but well, couldn't switch it in time, and I didn't want to risk messing up the black and white lists in any way. There is the domino that I gotta worry about. Now, one thing that I can do to try to combat it is mirror matches. If I can force a mirror match using my domino along with his, it's a possible way for me to get it out of the way, but it's easier said than done. Now currently there is already potential for mirror matches with the Domino and Spider Ham, so The window is open. The issue is actually, well, winning said mirror match, considering his domino is slightly bigger than mine. So a little bit short on counters to that bullseye myself. I could take it with Wolf, I could use Onslaught, but honestly, neither one of those is exactly the favorite for me here. Would prefer not having to use either one. If I use Onslaught for him, I have basically nothing for Electro. Apple, Kid, Jackie, hey Finn, what's up? Doing alright, but I'm about to get clapped by Empy in this tournament, so I'm sure that'll be fun. Okay, he goes Bullseye round 1. I guess I'll go Serpent on D. He's likely gonna use Hulkling is an interesting choice. That's not what I would have assumed. I guess my own slot is kinda the best thing for me to throw out at this point. Not exactly sure how well Hulkling does Serpent. I'm assuming it can be done very well. I believe I've done the matchup myself at some point, but I don't remember how well it went. Appreciate if you wouldn't spam that special one all the time, okay? You could probably see me spamming my striker there, but... oh well, got the special off, the fight should be done now. Took a bit more chip damage than I wanted, but that should be enough for round 1. Now at this point, my two biggest concerns are Spider-Ham and Domino, and because I won the round 1, I can get rid of both of them at the cost of my own Spider-Ham, but that's fine. Looking at round 3, I will be left with only Mystic Champions, and he will have that Electro for me to deal with, but I do have a trick up my sleeve for that specific fight. So overall, this one's looking pretty good. Why not save Serpent here? I had to get a round win here, and he didn't have a Serpent counter. He was my best defender, so I went for it. If I didn't get the win here, I would lose the mirror match almost guaranteed, since his matchup is better. And yeah, that's basically why. To remind you of the mirror match rule, since we have 2 of the same champions, if I initiate a mirror match by placing one of those, my opponent has to follow or they forfeit the game. And how that looks in practice is like so. Now there's almost no chance of me winning this one, however, Domino can do Domino things, so it's possible. If I get God RNG and my opponent doesn't, then I could win here. But that's very, very likely not going to happen. I'm gonna eat the block damage from the special 2 here. I don't really have a choice. Didn't get lucky and didn't trigger unlucky either. That's fun. I guess perfect parries is my way to get to my special 2 here. Still no lucky, no crit bleeds. Yeah, at this point I'm almost guaranteed to have lost this one. Still, might as well play it safe. Come on, give me a perfect block. Oh, okay. Well, that's on me. All things considered, I didn't do too terribly in this fight. I just got unlucky on my special 2s. He didn't get lucky either. I think if I had gotten a single crit bleed on one of the first special 2s, I would have won this one. This is why I banned Domino. Yeah, I do as well if she's a 7-star rank 3, but I can't because he whitelisted her. I don't have a choice. Now this is a matchup that you wouldn't really think of unless you've done it before, but it does work, provided I can do it well. Since I'm only hitting the block, I'm not dealing too much damage on my hits. Most of the damage is coming from the ruptures, and that is what I need here. Now here I'm gonna take a bit from doing this, but it's in the name of speed. That should be the fight done. And he's using Red Skull against a rank 3 Sassy. He's not beating that score. If he does beat that somehow, I'm gonna need to see the video, because that's not happening. Prepare toxic emote. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Round 1 win here. I forgot about it since I was explaining the mirror match rule. But as we have seen on previous matches, the emotes are not as necessary as mirror matches are. Loki laugh is diabolical. I mean, it's part of the tournament. Rank 3 Sassy or Titania? Sassy for sure. I'm not a Titania player though, so I could be biased, but Sassy, both on offense and defense, is a monster. If you get decent RNG as an attacker, he can take many of the better defenders in basically a single special 2. They did get the fight down, which is surprising. But still too slow. Thoughts on rank 3 Nova? It's an interesting choice. He hits very hard, so he is usable on offense. Very annoying on defense if you don't get a counter. And overall, it's not a bad choice. It's not anyone's first choice, but it's not bad. Alright, well, at the very least I'm not losing this one 4-0, so I'm happy about that, because I was prepared for it. Alright, so bans Dust, Juggernaut, and I already forgot who I banned. Archangel, maybe? Was that right? I think that's right. It sounds right. So his bands Silk, Venom, and Killmonger are a bit interesting. I wouldn't expect people to ban those. I would assume Wolf to be one of them, generally speaking. He's not fast, but he can do many matchups, so getting him out can potentially open up many trap picks. Now against Empy, I have to get my domino every time to force mirror matchups. If I don't do that, I am potentially screwing myself over if I don't. So, gotta have it ready to go. Onslaught is annoying, but I do have options right now. Mojo I would pick here, but he already has Titania, and I don't need him on offense at this point. Defense is what I'm lacking though. So maybe I should. Hulkling, he has one and likes to draft him, so I can force a mirror matchup with that. My defenders are lacking a lot. I can't use Domino on defense. He's got the Prowler. Any mistakes, Titania is gonna destroy. Hulkling on D. It's not gonna do anything unless my opponent messes up. And they are not likely to do that. Hey Finn, hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing well enough, I guess. Could be better, could be worse, but overall I'm in the middle ground. I'm doing okay. A beefy serpent. I'm not seeing one. Okay, no mirror matches, I don't think. My best call is Maestro on D, but that's gonna force him to use his onslaught on D to get the round win here. Otherwise, he's basically throwing, honestly. Another thing he can do is Serpent, or not Serpent, Sinister on D. I don't see that happening. For Sassy, Luke Cage is essentially a perfect counter. I tested this matchup right before this tournament match, and the exhaustion debuffs completely shut down his ability to gain any of his charges, which means his ramp up, it doesn't work. And without those charges, he's not that tanky. He has a lot of health, but that's about it. There we go. 51 seconds for rank 3. Again, my crit RNG wasn't great with my special 2, but that's not bad. Luke is crazy for Sassy, he also does Serpent 2. I am very, very well aware of that. Serpent was one of the first matchups I kind of figured out when I took my Luke Cage to rank 3, and it worked surprisingly well. Apple, what do you mean by Korg? I'm assuming if Korg is a low sig, then he would work, but a low sig one, I mean a high sig one, I don't see him doing too well. If you do get the concussions up, then maybe, but before that, getting the rock shield down, it's not the easiest thing to do. Korg rank 3 Korg in 60 seconds. Now you don't need to do mediums. What do you mean mediums? You gotta use lights for Korg to get the rock shield down without taking damage. If you do have a video of that, I would like to see it, but if it's a low sig Korg, then I understand. But anything above like 100 sig, I wouldn't really consider him a counter. Okay, he goes Sinister on D. Mojo, he has to use Hulk. I'll say Bullseye for round 3. As well as... yeah, Bullseye on defense round 3. Then I have Wolf and... forgetting the champ Hulkling for the defenders. If I don't mess anything up, I technically should be fine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Domino's crit bleeds can work against this guy. Well, that's only if I can actually land one. I was so ready to just go for it and try to nuke it, but I wanted to play it safe. That's 6 points. It's 6 points. I should have gone for it. Domino is a stupid champion. Also, why is Empy not spamming emotes? He's not being toxic enough. I know Hulkling is probably faster, but my Hulkling never crits. He never ever crits. I don't trust it. Wolf, and now is the full moon, I'm more comfortable with, so that's what I'm doing. Please drop the special. How about now? Unblockable, so he's more likely to use the special. Manage these stacks properly. Let's see. Great. Got a bit nervous there when I ran out of the Curse of Lycanthropy. I believe that's close enough to how you're supposed to say it. He was being just a tad bit too passive, and that did mess me up a little. Alright, but that is currently 2-0. He's so toxic he doesn't follow the rules. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Still running Poverty Domino. But what do you want me to do? Magically gain the resources to rank 3 mine? I could rank 2 the 7 star, but a low 6 7 star rank 2, in my opinion, is not good enough to replace a 6 star ascended SIG 200 one. If I can rank 3 the 7 star, even low SIG 1 will then be a better choice, but until then, I'm not doing it. Maybe I should, I don't know. Okay, there is his Serpent for the first time. I'm gonna get a Bullseye here to open up the potential mirror match, then a Serpent counter plus a Defender, or a would-be Defender if Titania didn't exist, but she does. Would you like Tiger as 7 star? Is that a real question? Of course I would. No, the sassy pick I don't really get, if I'm gonna be honest. Shuri I do. She does have the damage even with the energy resist, with the guaranteed crits to take down a 6-star domino pretty well. Yeah, this will do. Maestro would be the better defender, but what can you do? Okay, there's the domino. Domino in future Ant-Man. Alrighty. We do have a mirror match here, but depending on which way it goes, it's up to MP at this point. We have Bullseye. I have to follow that. Probably gonna use Domino here. Yep. So this one I am most definitely losing. It's unfortunate that he has the control here. This is why I don't like inviting first on this specific tournament. The mirror match rule kinda turns the whole thing upside down. And yeah, this is what happens. No lucky, okay. No shrugging off the bleed, no crit bleed. Cheat a little bit and get a non-guaranteed crit by the last hit of the special one, because I'm a dirty cheater who uses dirty tactics. I'm not trying to drop my block there, by the way, I'm trying to reparry. I'm not sure why my new block isn't really registering for it, but it's fine, I'm not winning this one regardless. No crits, no crit bleeds. Yep, this just about sums up my domino. Come on, crit. Come on, crit. No. Okay. Interesting. His domino must not be doing too hot either. Which is surprising. Okay, this one... Unironically, this one deserves the Loki laugh. How did that even happen? He initiated it and he's using a 7-star rank 3 versus my 6-star. How? He must have gotten the worst RNG possible. And I do feel a bit bad, but then again, this is a tournament. So I shouldn't. So I won't. Serpent down, I would assume. Future Ant-Man. Interesting. Okay, he's gonna have to use Titania here. Doesn't have a choice. Technically Sassy would work, but I don't think he had realistically a choice. Restart allowed? Yes, they are actually. I forgot about that myself. Be great if you glanced a bit. There we go. Now just wait for a moment. Give me like 10 seconds. Just a tiny bit longer. Special 3 was not the special I wanted to use, but fair enough. You don't got 7-star mojo? Oh, if I did, I would love it, but no. Also, he needs high sig, so yeah, I probably wouldn't take him up. Not immediately. He should win this one. Yep. And now I got my wolf to deal with the serpent, and the ham to deal with the sassy. And then he's gonna probably use Shuri on defense. Shuri on defense, then sassy on offense. But who do I use to deal with the sassy? No, serpent on D. Huh. He's gonna use sassy for this. That's about the best I can do, unfortunately. But since it is the full moon, I might have a shot. There we go, first special 2. Be quick with it, thank you. Oh no. Oh no 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 okay. Oh, that was I messed up there bad. I used the striker way too early. Luckily, Werewolf has a perfect stand-up intercept on his special 2. If you throw the special 2 and immediately dash in with a medium, you always catch them. However, Serpent's special 3 is so quick that I'm pretty sure he could have used it, but he just didn't. Ah, that was lucky. Wait, hold on, my invite is on my invite. Yeah, it's his invite. GG Finn, it's not over yet, I don't think. Fairly sure this one's supposed to be a best of 7. Or am I wrong? Is anyone here in this tournament or in the chat at least? Apple? Pretty sure you are. Alright, yeah. That's what I thought. Now it's about this point where the game stops feeling sorry for me and the RNG on Empy's side is gonna turn around. That's usually how it goes. Because I've gotten lucky on more than a few occasions today. Imagine if Empy comebacks and 4-3. I mean, it is possible. I wouldn't put it past him. Now then, the last choice here, honestly, is a difficult one. There's the Luke Cage ban, by the way. Interesting. Okay, there's the Domino and Ham. Potential for a mirror once again. I just need to set it up right. I'm gonna take White Tiger. Well, Photon's gonna get clapped no matter what. Chavez isn't gonna do anything on defense. And on offense, well, I'll take White Tiger. It's fine. Okay. For Electro, my only option at the moment is Wolf. For Nick, I have White Tiger. I can use that for Null as well if necessary. Any mirror matches yet? No, and I can't make any. It's up to him at this point. Crap. No, I can. With Nick Fury. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. Nick Fury and Ham, that's a wasted mirror match if I've ever seen one. Though technically... No, I could have made it work. Technically. It's a coin toss, but there would be a use case for that. Interesting. Though I'm not doing it. Just gonna put down... Just likely gonna put down his domino here. Yeah. I don't need my fan for anything. He has null, so he won't do anything on defense. Diablo works very well for Serpent. It's not the fastest fight, but it works. I'm gonna lose some health here, so I'm definitely not winning this one. At least I don't think, unless I get some god... I don't know, a god run at this matchup. And there goes that. Let's go for a triple disintegration. Or not, it failed. Well, she's dead, but that's not winning me the round. Well then. I believe it's his call now if he wants to do the mirror match or not. There he goes. About damn time. Yeah, if he puts Onslaught or Ham down, I have to follow. I don't necessarily mind it, but I would love to save my Ham for something other than the Onslaught, or vice versa, I guess. If I had to guess, he's gonna put down Ham on defense and use Onslaught on offense. He goes the opposite. Okay. The other way around. No. He does. But yeah, this way it's not all up to RNG, but on how well you execute the fight, and this is not a matchup you normally do. So if he has experience doing it, which I don't, he should have the upper hand. Simply using Ham on offense against Onslaught, it's a coin toss on who gets the better RNG on those power stings, so this is technically the better way, at least, well, there goes my run. Oh, right, I forgot about that. I have to wait for them to hit the ground so that at the very least block the hit. If it whiffs, you don't get the degens. Well, if I hadn't lost this before, I definitely have now. That's fine. That's less fine. And now we wait. Now we throw it. And no resistance. And never mind, I was a tad bit too early. Oh, I didn't even know this is how his resistance works, but it makes sense. The resistance is locked. It's not a changing value, it's locked as the degens are inflicted. And that's news to me. I did not know that. What? I'm gonna have to ask about the resistances because I'm pretty sure they should be a changing value as the nonsense goes up and down. But fair enough. If that's how it's intended, then sure. I just don't think it is. Now, this is the best I can do, unfortunately. Plays Photon should win. Should is, well, it's only a 6-star Photon, and Empy is a good player. He's just been unlucky today. And I do shit like that. Alright, well, I'm not completely destroyed yet. Wolf has a very funky dashback animation. I'm not used to that special 2-dex with him. Man. Getting parried at the very... Never mind. Well, there we go. Finn swearing. Did I? If I did, I didn't notice it. 4-0 sweep. Finn moment. Hey, I haven't had a 4-0 sweep in a while. This is a first in a long time. GG's man. Yeah, Empy, your RNG was horrible in those fights. And I kept getting lucky on mine. Honestly, that's basically what decided this. Here, I could have gotten destroyed. Game 1, let's see. Well, game 1, maybe not so much. That was kinda a draft issue. Here, I'm just lucky as hell. Then here, once again, I could have eaten a special 3. He had every chance to throw it, but he just didn't at the end. So that's lucky again. Then here, I have no clue what happened. I'm assuming you went for special 1s only or something. But somehow I won, no clue how. And here I got parried at the very start, but again, you had the worst matchup due to the draft, so I don't know. Well, still though, GG's. Hey Finn, how was Wolf howling during combo? I'll show you. So the way Wolf is meant to work. Hold on, I'll open up the info page. So that dodging back or using a heavier special, you stand still for 1.7 seconds and you trigger a howl. However, what What there is that shouldn't be there is the fact that you don't actually reset that 1.7 second timer unless you block. If you don't enter your block animation, the timer keeps ticking and you will trigger the howl no matter what you're doing. So what that looks like in action is just I go for a hit here, dash back and light intercept without triggering my block at all. I simply just dash back and I let go of the left side of the screen immediately. Do my light attacks, I'm hitting the opponent, but it still thinks I'm just standing still since I'm not letting go, or I'm not hitting the block input at all. It's a neat little trick that's been a thing since he came out. It has been reported, it has not been fixed. I don't know if it will get fixed. It could not, I don't know, but they do know about it. You taking advantage of bugs, it seems? Oh hell yes! Any chance I get. You know, Andrew, the difference here is I take advantage of the bugs after I reported them. You and some people whose names I won't say here take advantage of bugs and try to hide them. There's a difference between you and I. At least I'm actively trying to get the issues fixed, even if they benefit the player. Thanks, this is huge technique. Yeah, it's very huge for playing him. It keeps the flow of the fight going and it makes him a lot faster for BGs, for example. Crazy accusations. I mean, I'm technically not wrong. I mean, currently Juggernaut is bugged, and Andy was trying very hard to, well, not get me to report it, but I did. The bug is that his Nullify doesn't care about glancing, and I guess I can show that on stream as well. So, namely against Maestro, possibly against Cersei as well, I haven't tried it. If you take your Juggernaut... Not the stagger thing, the stagger thing has been fixed long ago. Which I also did report, so if you're gonna cry about a nerf to Juggernaut, I guess I'm the one to blame for that as well. As well as Kingpin, and plenty of others. Mantis special 1v recharge thing as well. Everything. But there we go. He got the glancing, I hit him, it gets nullified. Juggernauts. Nullify on the Sig does not care about glancing for some reason. It is meant to, as basically any ability that doesn't explicitly state that they won't, should get affected by it, but his is not. I'm also just getting horrible luck here. One thing he doesn't do is gain more unstoppables on glancing, which is working as intended. Bro wants to make unstoppable Juggernaut very stoppable. Hey. Making him not bypass glancing isn't making him stoppable. If you wanna make him stoppable, look at all the slow debuffs in the game, or any non-damaging debuffs for that matter. That's way more of an issue for him than not bypassing glancing would be. Okay, this is the most aggressive Maestro I've seen in a long time. There we go. Glancing nullified. Jug's gonna be gross next meta. Is the next one the crit me with your best shot thing, or am I misremembering? Finn is a secret Kabam employee. Hey, if I was a Kabam employee, at the very least I would be getting paid. But no, I am unemployed, I can't wail out, I am dropping behind in rosters, and I'm suffering for it in BG tournaments. If I was employed, at the very least I could pay for these offers and actually wail out, but I can't. Man. Is Ghost gonna be back index for crit me? If it's the one where you get guaranteed crits by simply landing an intercept, then I doubt it. because then everyone is doing what Ghost does, but better. And to better explain why others would be better than Ghost in that regard, Ghost has been balanced to land guaranteed crits. Someone like Juggernaut or Hulkling, they were not balanced around landing guaranteed crits, so once they do, it's filthy. And honestly, I they shouldn't be allowed for metas like that. But what can I do? Nothing. Can't say anything about it. It's not up to me. Wish it was, but it's not. Also, I so wanna open these, try to get Serpent, but I can't. My luck is horrible. I'm just waiting for the basics, and then I'm gonna open those. Open one. No. No, talking about Kingpin. That's funny. I'm still not gonna rank him up though. You can hear the pain in your voice about not being a Kabam employee. I mean, if I had the opportunity for that, I would take it. Biggest reason being, well, I am unemployed. I can't exactly wail out in this game or in real life for anything, so having an actual job would be great. I would not mind it in the least. On top of that, I also happen to know this game pretty well, and I do spend a lot of time playing it, so if I can somehow make that my job, again, I wouldn't mind it. It could get tiring after some time working there, I guess, but that's a then problem, not a now problem. Other than that, well, the biggest issue I would have with it is the inability to participate in official tournaments, unless the rules on that get changed somehow. But I'm fairly sure for the brawl we had last year, if you were a Kabam employee or related to someone who works there, you were not allowed to participate. So if that stands and I happen to get hired by Kabam, that would mean no more brawl for me unless something is changed. So that would be the biggest minus on it. Other than that, I would would not mind at all. Time to start a petition. Nah. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Dumb to have a rule like that when you got devs pushing the work jump. Sami, I think the thing with that is that if you're an employee, I can't say for certain because I don't work there, but I'm fairly sure if you work there, you have access to more resources, you know of upcoming champions and all of that. You are able to test things out, practice better, and all of that. So that might be why. If there are other legal issues I don't know about, and I don't know, but yeah, that's also just a pretty big advantage for something like a BG tournament. If you already know what kind of champs are coming out well in advance, you can plan around them with your resources. Use those then once they arrive to your advantage for pushing BGs for the qualifiers and all of that. And then you also already have hours behind testing the new champions for when the actual tournament comes around, so you are better prepared to actually use them to their fullest potential. That's just, well, that's just what I think might be the reason, but I honestly don't know. It technically makes sense, but at the same time, well, I wouldn't mind it even now for someone like DLL or Nahorn, for example, to actually be able to participate, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's enough yapping for me. Just gonna show the results here real quick again. So Empy ended up winning the match 4-0 after getting very lucky. Hold on. Feeling a little bit sick today. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but anyways, I am gonna go ahead and call this stream here. The next one will be either the KD1 Evision tournament or round 5, which I believe is the semifinals for this Toxic tournament. The opponent for this tournament has not been decided yet. I don't know who the candidates are currently, but once that is figured out, I will be streaming the match as well. For the Evision 1, that one should be happening soon enough as well, but again, no dates and no times for that as of now. And with that, I am gonna go ahead and call this here without yapping any longer.